Hello guys, Joel here. Welcome to the second episode of Techie J Explains. Today, I'm going to teach you the second topic of the series. I'll be teaching you and introducing you about classes in Java programming. Let's start. So, let's start. First of all, what is a class? Class is a blueprint of a set of objects with common structure and behavior. Okay? Class is a blueprint of a set of objects with common structure and behavior. Now, let's recall an object. An object is a named unit with its own attributes and functions, that is, characteristics and functions. Now, let's take an example of the car as usual. Attributes are the color, dimensions, specifications, comfort, and the functions are ignition, accelerating, gear change, and halting, just to take a few. Okay. The need for a class. What's the need of a class? Let's take a class car will have many objects like Jeep, Audi, Mercedes, whatever. So a class will have many other objects similar in some way. Here Jeep and Audi are both common as they are both cars. Each will have distinct characteristics, but many perform simple functions and similar functions. Now, a class as abstraction. As I said before, abstraction is hiding the background details and showing you only the necessary details. Like the object has all its attributes and functions. Under a specific instance, it takes away all the background details and shows you only the required or specific attributes and functions. So you don't need to confuse yourself with all the background details. Now, let's take in general case and an instance. Generally, object student will have the characteristics of its name, class, her height, hobbies, her marks, her talents. She will have functions of eat, sleep, studying, reading, singing, dancing, etc. In instance of a school, the student will be needing only her name, class, and marks. The others are not very important over there. And the functions, only study and reading is important there. If you take the instance of a talent show, maybe singing and dancing will also come. So this process is abstraction, and a class does this. That is, in the school, this object student is abstracted to only its required functions. Now, a class as an object factory. So what does a normal factory do? It takes in the raw materials and it has a procedure of making it, that is the blueprints. It shows you how to make the product, and then it gives a finished product. That is the working of a general factory which makes goods. Same way, an object factory takes the input, that is the raw materials, that is the values we give, then puts the statements in, that is the blueprints. It tells it how to make the objects, then it produces the object with the blueprints, that is the statements. Same, this is the working of an object factory that makes objects, which is a class. It takes in the statements you give and the values you give, put the statements into action and create an objects, which further help in doing many other functions. Okay, objects. Now, object as instances of a class. So when we define a class, we can create as many objects related to class. For example, in a school, you can have how many other students and teachers you want. Take the class school. There student 1, student 2 through 4, through 4, 8, okay? Student 1 to 8. They are all instances of the class school. They have similar attributes, similar functions, but they have in different states. That is, student 1 may be in a study state, student 2 may be in sports state, student 8 may be in cultural state, etc. So, points to know. The classes. Need for class is to create an object, carry out the functions, abstraction for an object, and grouping the objects. Creating objects is the object factory, that is a class. It uses the statements you give and the values you give. Carry out function, that is, after creating an object, it uses those same objects to carry out the functions. Abstraction for an object, it uses an instance. Under an instance, it uses the objects and shows you only the necessary information and does only the necessary functions. Then grouping objects, that is putting them into a class, like student 1, student 2, all of them similar functions and similar attributes, which may vary in many other ways also. So that's it for this time. See you in the next video.